Hey superstars, it's your best friend Scott and welcome to our December recap video. I hope you all had a great Christmas. I know I certainly did. There's too much that I want to cram into this one video, so I'm going to refrain from doing that and maybe hold back some of the goal stuff for another video later. But I've got a really short but very important shareholders meeting, and then after that I'll share my insane Christmas haul. So let's talk more rock. Let's do this. So this morning, I made that donation to the American Cancer Society from the profits of our Martin Dihigo art cards in honor of my man Orlando. So very rewarding. We ended up selling a grand total of 150 cards and raised $1,210. And then to my surprise, a group of very generous donors started a challenge fund. So what they're doing is every donation to the American Cancer Society, they're going to match that 5 times. So our $1,210 donation ended up being a $6,050 donation. And that's just amazing, and I am so floored. Again, thank you guys so much for all of your support on this project. The two biggest supporters were Trevor from Blue Collar Cards, who ended up giving a bunch of these away as Christmas gifts, which is awesome. And then Karl from Australia, who bought a bunch of these in person from me at the National this year. Special thanks goes out to those guys, obviously, but I really appreciate all of you who contributed. I love you guys so much. Mwah. Kissy faces. Let's get into these Christmas cards. I got a ton of them. I want to thank everybody, but I'll try to keep this short and sweet. This first one was from Caleb, who sent a very lovely note. Great to hear from you, Caleb. Thank you. One from my man Alex from Bowman53, who was intimidated by having to write something on the inside, but I appreciate it. Thanks, Alex. Next one's from Tony Black. I love that Santa card. And Tony sent along a Bill Brenzel autograph. I had to look him up, but he was a backup catcher that played in 67 games for the Indians in 1934 and 35. Definitely didn't have that one. Thanks, Tony. This one's from Mike at Sticks and Seams. I always look forward to his custom Griffies every year, and the 90 score looks great, and he sent over a couple cool Tristan McKenzie's. I'm going to miss that guy. And back here, very cool, we got a clear Jose Ramirez. That's pretty slick. Thanks, Mike. This one's from my old pal Zane Savage. I love the card with Zane, aka Bill, and his family stealing Santa's sleigh. Pretty naughty, but pretty funny too. Good to hear from you, man. Another old school YouTuber, this one's from Henry S., who says Random is his middle name. I love Henry's randomness. Here's a Reds team card, a Smokey Bear sticker, an RSVP card to a hobby show from 1957. That's super cool. Here's Robin Roberts and Honus Wagner, and a grumpy old granny photo. That is amazing. I love it. Thanks, Henry. This one's from my man Goody G, who apologizes for his gift not being fantastic, but I don't know why he's apologizing. This 1965 Vic Davalilo is super cool, and that's my favorite set from the 60s, and I love saying Davalilo, so thank you, Goody. We got a big crazy box from Mike, the vintage composer. Let's see what's inside. A starting lineup with Veterans Stadium. Who is this Godzilla-sized monster? Oh, okay, this is Albert Bell wreaking havoc on Philly fans. Very cool, but that's not all. Here's a rack card from the Yogi Berra Museum. This one's got Larry Doby on it. Yes, Mike drew a 58 Topps Don Mossy for me. I love it. Oh, here's some pages out of an auction catalog. Oh, here's the card with some warm wishes. And if that weren't enough, we got some baseball cards, some Topps Holiday, David Justice, my man Bernie Kosar, Kevin Mack, some more Browns, some cool Cavs cards with Mark Price at the end there. I love these. I just got to keep the show moving, you know. And here we've got a Steve Hargan game card, Stephen Kwan rookie, Josh Naylor, Jose Ramirez, Grady Sizemore, Shin-Soo Choo, and we'll end it with Justin Masterson there. Wow, way too generous, Mike. Thank you, my friend. Nothing beats that Mossy drawing, though. So cool. Here's a nice card from my guy Kin at Indie Cards, wishing me a wonderful Christmas season. Thank you, Kin. Good to hear from you too, sir. This one's all the way from Australia. I love this koala stamp, and I love this parrot card. Karl sends his very best wishes. Thank you, Karl. Very kind. This one's from my man Scott from Stukes Baseball Cards and Curiosities. Lovely card, and Scott sent this Roger Maris card. I think that's supposed to say former Cleveland Indian great, but that's super cool. And here's a Stephen Kwan Prism rookie and this neat Cy Young stamp. Definitely didn't have those. Thanks, Scott. These are awesome. Here's one from Jim Faulkner, aka 5714 Collector. Nice list all the way, I was hoping, but wasn't quite sure. Christmas wishes for Mrs. Reindeer and me, and Jim threw in an 87 Topps Corey Snyder. I loved this card as a kid. Thanks, Jim. This is from Pastor Ken's Curveballs, nice Mandalorian card, and it says, "Do not forget to be awesome." I'll try not to, Ken. And Ken included some Topps holiday cards from this year. Very cool. Thank you, Ken. This one's going to be wicked awesome because it's from my man Picker Jim. What do you call a polar bear at the beach? Sandy Claus. Bah. Jim thanks me for being one of his besties. Thank you, Jim. And what's in here? In my recent top 50 video, I talked about how I didn't win this card at the Misfit House at the Cleveland National, and Four Leaf sent me one later, but this is the exact card that I didn't win, and Jim won it, and now he gave it to me. I'm touched. Very cool, Jim. Thanks, my friend. And if that wasn't enough, Jim gifted me a Don McMahon Cons Wieners card. I didn't have any Cons cards, so this is great. Thanks again, my friend. You're the best. I got a huge box from RJ at RJ Collect Sets. RJ's been very supportive. He gifted me some of these 1979 TCMA cards. I don't have many of these. Here's Al Rosen and Dale Mitchell, Gene Bearden, and the man Don Mossy. I love that. But what's in this big box? Enclosed is a custom-made candle, blah, 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 blah. Let's get in here. Oh, wow, this is pretty slick. Guardians colors. Hey, it's a Larry Doby candle. Very cool. That's awesome, RJ. Thanks, my friend. I love it. All right, here's a card from Mike's Mr. October and More. I dig this tree. Mike wishes me the best for the new year and Christmas, and Mike included a Reggie bar wrapper. Very fun, Mike. Thank you, sir. This one's from my guy Trevor at Blue Collar Cards. I thought I'd send my Christmas cards early this year. I didn't, of course, but I thought I would. Trevor sent along a nice note. Here's an Aura Morningstar Mecca Billiards card from 1910. Old Aura here was from Indiana. And Trevor is a big Thurman Tucker collector. He loves this 51 Bowman card, and who can blame him? It's awesome. And he decided to share it with me. Very kind, Trevor. Thanks for these, but even more, thanks for all of your support this year. I appreciate you, my friend. Speaking of supportive, this one is from Dan the Man at Old Sarge Collects, a card for his bestie. Dan hopes my stocking is full of peanuts and Cracker Jack. Sounds good to me. Oh, these are too cool. Little baseball mitt and glove, salt and pepper shakers. And here's Lil Sarge, a couple of candy canes. Oh, I love this. It's a 1904 Fan Craze card. This was 2 years before they put actual baseball players in the card. That is super cool. A 1950 Bowman Marino Peretti. I love the stadium lights on this card. And this is a Ray Chapman card from the Ken Burns baseball set. So cool. Red foil Stadium Club Bob Feller. Love that image. Feller Red Prism and Norman Rockwell umpires. I love this Norman Rockwell set. And a Shoeless Joe Prism. Another Red Feller Prism. Elite Dominator Satchel Paige. Oh, and this is one of the best cards ever made. A 1975 Frank Robinson. Love that. And Dan's Uncle Mike autograph on the Topps Gold. Very cool. And this awesome Tris speaker numbered to 50. Holy cow, you spoil me, Dan. Thanks so much, my friend. This next one's from Adam of Adam's Card Closet. Adam wishes me and the family a chipper Christmas. Thank you, Adam. And he included an autographed 1972 Topps Del Unser. I did not have a Del Unser autograph yet, so thank you, Adam. You rock. This one's from my pal Nina S. And who doesn't love a good pop-up card? Nina wishes my family peace, love, and joy. And I wish the same for you, my friend. Thank you, Nina. Very cool card. You get extra points for the reindeer. Here's one from Derek at Hardball Crazy. Derek wishes my family the best of holidays, and he passed along some Guardians cards. We got Arias, Kluber, some Lindor, Johnny Peralta Refractor, Stephen Kwan, Hedgie, Kenny Lofton, should be in the Hall of Fame, Lindor, ooh, and a Bob Wickman autograph. I love that guy. In this stack, we got a Jose, Hedgie, Kenny Lofton, should be in the Hall of Fame, even though he's bunting, Lindor, Kluber, Kwan, Logan Allen, Tomey, Eddie Murray, Jose, and Carlos Santana. Awesome. Thank you, Derek. These went to a good home. This one's from Danny at Mets Rule. He tells me to keep being awesome, and he apologizes for not including any cookies, but he did send this autographed Mike Hargrove 8x10. That's awesome, Danny. I'll forgive your lack of cookies this time. Thanks, buddy. This one's from Vintage Dave T. He wishes my family a very Merry Christmas and hopes everything goes well with the business. I appreciate that, Dave. And here's Dave's fun 51 Tops Custom. Classic Carlos, Jose, 1960 Ed Fitzgerald, 61 Johnny Romano and Willie Kirkland, a Ted Williams Larry Doby, a 61 Woody Held, 78 Rico Cardi, and a 58 Topps Cleveland team card. And it's awesome because it's got Don Mossy, Roger Maris, Early Wynn, and Rocky Colavito. I never thought about that. There's Mossy right there. Sweet. Thanks, Dave. Fun stuff. Here's one from John at John P. Collects Cards. Season's greetings and all the best in 2026. John included this really neat Bowman's Best Jose Ramirez, T205 Jose Ramirez, Big Christmas on the Heritage CC Pronk, and a very cool Chrome Grady Sizemore. These are awesome, John. Thank you. All the way from Japan. This one's from Charlie and Yumi. They don't have a channel, but they're always so kind. I'm digging this Snoopy card, some Christmas blessings, and then they included this different kind of Reggie Jackson and Andrew variation. That is funny. And here's a Portland Sea Dogs Alvaro minor league card. Love my Alvaro cards. And a pack of 2025 Series 1 BBM Japanese cards. I want to open it, but I don't want to open it. Oh, man. I'm going to keep it sealed for now, but thank you both. This was such a nice surprise. You're always way too kind. Warren and I went to the 455 Club Christmas brunch, so we got to hang out with Joel Skinner and Len Barker, but I'll have another video about that later. But Warren gifted me this 1985 Topps Tiffany team set, Sport Magazine with Lou Boudreau and Joe Gordon on the front. Super, super cool. And this Cleveland Indians milk glass from the 70s. Cheers, Warren. These are awesome. For Christmas, Mrs. Reindeer spoiled me with a couple of Slade Ciccone autographed rookie cards because he's my guy. An Art Houdeman autographed postcard that helps my 1954 Cleveland World Series team project. And this press photo from 1940 featuring two more of my favorite dudes, Raleigh Hemsley and Joe Gordon, who's in the wrong uniform, but the photo wouldn't make much sense otherwise. I love that it has this little arrow pasted on there like that. My parents, they gave me this letter from Mel Harder to a fan talking about being snubbed for the Hall of Fame. I won't read the whole thing, but he says, when I became eligible for the Hall of Fame, I worked up to 87 votes by the media, and then the numbers started to decline. Why? I don't know. Personally, I believe publicity is needed to keep in the mind of the writers who vote. I have never heard why the Old Timers Committee shows no interest in my record. And then he signs it on the back here. It sounds a little bitter, but Mel was a really good pitcher, and then he went on to become a phenomenal pitching coach. Really, really neat piece. And my in-laws gave me this 1921 exhibit Larry Gardner. Larry was a pretty solid third baseman for the pennant-winning 1920 team, and you can tell this photo was taken late in the 1920 season because of the black armband honoring the late Ray Chapman. Pretty cool card. I bought a couple things for myself. I don't know if I really anticipated such a haul for Christmas. Maybe I shouldn't have bought stuff for myself. Sometimes you gotta strike while the iron's hot. But I picked up this Diamond Stars Steve O'Neill. Now I only need one more to complete my Diamond Stars team set. And then I found this 1936 National Chickle Premium Raleigh Hemsley with Ali Bejma autographed, and that is my first Raleigh autograph. And finally, I found a 1948 World Series program signed by Commissioner Happy Chandler, and on the inside it's signed by Bill Veeck. This is the Boston version. I already had the Cleveland version, but just a super, super cool piece that I was thrilled to add to my 1948 World Series collection. So that is it for now. Hopefully I didn't bore you to death. I'm just always amazed by the generosity in this community. I hope you know how appreciative I am of everything you guys do for me, whether you sent me anything or not. I love you. But I'll get back to work real soon here. But in the meantime, Happy New Year. Please take good care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And we'll see you real soon.